Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Amanda Nahila Simandoga, and I am a student of nursing anesthesiology at Poltekkes Kemenkes Jakarta. And today, I would like to present a topic about anesthesia. The title of my presentation is "What Really Happens When You Go Under Anesthesia." A patient journey through the operating room. In this presentation, I will explain what happens to a patient when they receive anesthesia from entering the operating room until the anesthesia process. I have divided my presentation into several parts. First, I will explain what is anesthesia. Next, I will discuss the types of anesthesia. Then, I will explain the three main steps about preparing the patient, going to sleep, and taking care of the airway and breathing the patient. And finally, I will summarize the main points of the presentation. So, without further ado, let's begin. Imagine this. You enter the operating room and you meet the anesthesia team and you take a deep breath and then you fall asleep. But what really happened after that? Is anesthesia just about making the patient sleep? No, actually, it is more than that. Let's take a closer look at what anesthesia really means. Okay, do you know what is the anesthesia? Sleep. Okay, sleep. The point of the anesthesia is a controlled medical state. It's more than just a sleeping. It helps control pain, provide comfort, and in some cases, cause loss of consciousness. Most importantly, anesthesia also focuses on patient safety. So, anesthesia is not simply just sleeping. During anesthesia, the patient is carefully monitored and supported by the anesthesia team. The main point here is that anesthesia is a medical process that helps patients stay safe and comfortable during surgery. Okay, next slide. How anesthesia works? Let's take a look at the simple diagram. First, we have the brain. The brain plays an important role in processing pain and awareness. When the patient undergoes surgery, the body receives pain signals, and these signals are processed by the nervous system in the brain. Then we have anesthetic drugs. These drugs act on the brain nervous system to change the patient's level of consciousness and reduce the response to pain. As a result, the patient can become unconscious and have less awareness of the surgical procedure. At the same time, anesthesia also helps provide pain control comfort during the procedure. So, the main idea from this diagram is that anesthesia does not simply make the patient sleep. It works in a controlled way to manage consciousness, pain, and patient's response to surgery. Okay, next. The types of anesthesia. Let's take a look at the types of anesthesia. This is three common types of anesthesia, everyone. First, we have a general anesthesia. As you can see, in the left side, general anesthesia affects the whole body and causes the patient to become unconscious. Next, we have a regional anesthesia. Works on larger area of the body, but the patient does not actually have to be unconscious. For example, is a spinal and epidural anesthesia can numb the lower part of the body. And finally, we have a local anesthesia. Local anesthesia only numbs a small and specific area of the body. So, the main difference is the area affected and the patient level of consciousness. General anesthesia affect the whole body and unconsciousness. Regional anesthesia blocks sensation in a larger area, and the local anesthesia only affect a small specific area. So anesthesia is not the same for every patient. Next, Let's move on to step 1 is preparing the patient. Before the patient goes to sleep, the anesthesia team prepares the patient carefully. The patient condition is checked and important information is assessed before anesthesia is given. This step is important because proper preparation helps make the anesthesia process safer. So, before giving anesthesia, the anesthesia team makes sure the patient is ready. Okay, next slide. Next slide is the step 2 is going to sleep, which is induction. Yeah, induction is the stage when we bring the patient from a conscious state into unconscious state using anesthetic medication. First, we place IV cannula, provides access to the patient bloodstream so the anesthetic medication can be given through the vena or the vein. And the second, the anesthetic medication is administered through the IV line. Third, the patient level of consciousness begins to decrease. The patient may start to feel sleepy and relaxed, and then gradually lose awareness. And finally, the patient becomes unconscious. At this point, the patient is no longer aware of the surgical procedure. Okay. Step 3 is airway and breathing. After the patient is asleep, we move to step 3, is airway and breathing. As we can see in the middle of the picture, there are 3 important things. Is airway, breathing, and oxygenation. First, we need to make sure that the airway is open. Then we need to make sure the patient is breathing effectively. Finally, we need to make sure the patient has adequate oxygenation. To support the airway, we can use different devices. The first one is a face mask. Next one is LMA or laryngeal mask airway, and third one is an ETT or endotracheal tube. The choice of airway device depends the patient condition, the type of surgery, and the anesthesia plan. So the main goal is simple: keep the airway open, support breathing, and maintain adequate oxygenation throughout the procedure. Okay, this is the patient journey from anesthesia to recovery. After discussing these 3 steps, we can see the anesthesia involves many important processes. The anesthesia team prepares the patients, help the patient sleep safely, and takes care of the airway and breathing. Now let's move to the big takeaway from this presentation. This is the big takeaway from the presentation. Let's summarize. We have learned anesthesia is more than just sleeping. It is a control medical process that focus on pain control, comfort, loss of consciousness when needed, and patient safety. The anesthesia process also involves careful preparation, medication to help the patient sleep, and monitoring to airway and breathing. So the main takeaway is anesthesia is a carefully controlled process to keep patients safe and comfortable during surgery. Okay everyone, let's cover the main points of my presentation. Now I will be happy to answer any questions. If you have any questions or comments, please I feel free to ask. Any question?
Miss, why is patient monitoring important during anesthesia?
Because it helps the anesthesia team keep the patient safe, especially by monitoring the airway and breathing. Can you understand with my answer?
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Okay. Any question again?
No.
No. Okay. If I don't any question, finally, that is all for my presentation. I hope this presentation has given you better understanding of what really happened when a patient goes under anesthesia. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a nice day, everyone.
Thank you.